Any insights, any questions, or any doubts? So how many of you is not able to do it? Can you please just type in the chat box? How many are able to do the self 3 videos, watch the videos and reflected on, and all other things? Or how many of you not able to do it? Can I just take the count? If it not happen, not happen. That's all. So we need not to worry about that much. Hmm. So sorry for my force. Yesterday I was repeatedly forcing you because I feel it is very important reflection. So remaining reflections are like, no, it's up to your self motivation. Just as a faculty, can only suggest strongly. Up to you whether you do it or not. But this one is, I feel that everyone should do it. At least, I request today evening you spend some time and go through those exercises. If anyone is not receiving, and if anyone of you not in WhatsApp, please reach out to me through my mail or my phone number. So I will be helpful of you. Hmm. Any questions, sir, before we go to next topic? Any clarifications or any doubts from last 5 days? We are done almost 55% of the course, 60% of the course. Now we are entering, another deeper dimensions of the course. Any questions, doubts, clarifications, or insights?
Sir, good morning.
Good morning, madam. Please.
Sir, uh, this is about our self-improvement and how we can improve as a person and, develop meaningful relationships. But sometimes, despite reading this course material and listening to you, there is still a conflict within my mind.
Hmm.
Like how much ever I give, the intensity or magnitude of what I receive is there is an imbalance.
Hmm.
So how do I improve on this, or should I stop expecting from people, be it close relationships or personal or professional, or even just people like the neighbors, who there are people who think they are entitled to be treated well, to be to do things for them unconditionally. And when you go and ask for a favor, when you really need it, people are not responding or reciprocating the same. So how do I respond or take all this?
Now, what is the pain point for you in that situation? What you explain?
um, I sometimes feel that I don't, when people want things, they get it done. Suppose if I go and ask them for a help, or even if it is really necessary, they don't reciprocate the same way. That's the pain point for me.
Hmm, 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 hmm. So there is
So
a you are expecting that they should reciprocate to your request.
yes, at least basic things they can. When you can do so many greater things and make their lives easy.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, as I'm speaking from the point of view of my neighbors.
Hmm, hmm,
So, first of all, they cause unnecessary things,
hmm,
and again, they expect us to be good.
hmm, hmm,
So, how do I respond to in those situations?
hmm, 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 hmm,
Despite
hmm,
working on myself, those relationships, how
hmm,
do I really get to things
hmm,
with those people, with
hmm,
people like them?
hmm. So let me ask you this question, madam. Uh, what they do, what they don't do, is it in your hands?
No, sir.
No. So it's not only madam, but it's applicable to everyone. Even not neighbors, even our own people. Now, whatever they are doing, are you clear that according to their understanding they are doing?
Yes, sir.
How they understood, how they assumed, what makes
Yes,
them happy, and what so on and so forth, what they feel important, and how
yes.
they feel related to you.
Ah,
Now, the moment you are suspecting their intent, madam, the first point, the pain point comes from here. Then immediately there will be a reaction inside. Second thing, it's not that there is no disturbance. It's not that they are doing everything they are doing well. But that problem is outside, but lack of my understanding, am I interpreting the problem? Am I appraising the problem in such a way that I am also part of the problem in this situation? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Can you see that? Yes, there is an issue, but how I can address the issue is the two different points. Right now, unfortunately, I am also getting affected by that issue. Hence my pain. First step, madam, in this journey is that ability to separate that issue and the individual. The moment I see there is an issue and the issue is coming, you can diagnose that with this clarity, whatever this course is helping of. Then you can clearly see that what is the action from your side with your clarity. You may not be able to do it. You may not have the competence to do it, but at least you have the clarity that how to go about it. Here, I'm not saying that the problem will not be there, but the pain you are getting because of your interpretations, because of the way you are looking at it, because of your conditioned mind, that will go off.
Okay, sir.
So I request you to be aware of that. Is it other is disturbing me or I am getting disturbed by the other? Who is the agent? Who is deciding? Please pay attention. This is the transformational movement. The moment you realize this. So I think tomorrow Friday, na? So tomorrow I will start self. So that day after tomorrow, the entire summary Pradeep sir can present to you. So day after tomorrow, you can ask any question from the content. So tomorrow I will present the self and that this, especially this point, the decision. Who is taking the decision in every moment? Is it me or someone else? Who is giving meaning to those words uttered by the other person? Is it me or some other one?
Okay, sir.
The moment you're able to see that it's me who is interpreting the words of the other person, it's me who is appraising or giving value to the incident. So always, I give this example. If you are walking on the road, if there is a 500 rupees note there on the road, is our attention actually goes to that note or not?
It goes, sir.
Ha.
It does go.
Ha. Why?
Because we are already preconditioned that 500 rupees currency note has some value or
Ha.
something.
Ha. You feel it is important. That's why it's going your attention to that. Very, very, it's a law. This is a law. Whatever we feel important, we pay attention to that. Now, you haven't given much importance to your own self. Hence, it's easy to, you let anyone to disturb you, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now, my question is that if you are already disturbed, how you can help the other? How you can think about the situation in a logical, rational manner? It's very difficult. A shaking hand cannot give something in a proper manner. If I myself is shaking by that incident, by the situation, then how I can be in a situation to respond to the things in a way it works for both the parties.
Okay, sir.
I think this is a general doubt, but I'm connecting all the discussions we had in the last day 3 onwards. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any questions, clarifications, doubts, sir? From others?
Sir, I have a question.
Ha, madam.
So whatever you said is like theoretically, or we feel that this is right, this should be the way we should be reacting. But when an incident comes, or maybe today I will be doing the same, maybe I will be doing it in the right way, but after few days I am actually going back to the circle again. Like I cannot be constantly in this
Hmm, 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 hmm.
like say I'm forgetting everything, and see I'm going back to the usual life. So
Yes.
how we can sustain in this
Hmm, 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 hmm. Very good question, madam. That's the practice question. है ना? Yesterday I explained, na, our subconscious mind is 40,000 bit processor. Our conscious mind is a 40-bit processor. Right now, when you got some nice proposal, you clearly see that, yes, this is the right thing to do. But what we've been conditioned in all these days, what we've been again and practicing, whatever you practice, that becomes your strength, isn't it?
okay.
Whatever you do repeatedly, that becomes your strength. Right now, what we've been practicing again and again, that reaction, that that lack of awareness. Now you need to reverse this programming, the way you programmed your mind. Whatever your age, whatever your journey is, how many times you've been doing that action which you don't want to do. Now, if that much conditioning is there, it takes some time and effort to, what we can say, this is a deconditioning yourself. So that.
And what all what yeah.
So
What all
yes. So you
yeah.
should ask like also Professor Pradeep on the Saturday and Sunday. I will spend some time on what it means to practice and put it in our life. What it means to embody this knowledge in our life. So Sunday I will spend some time. But
Okay, sir.
one thing, madam, what is that? Is that we need to take one thing, one important thing, and need to work on. After some time, when you get the confidence, yes, this is working out well, then you need to take second thing. So that's how our muscle, our mental muscle, our psychological muscle, we need to build. So
Okay.
for me, one thing it's helped is that this awareness, practicing awareness, that is very, very important. Then you will catch yourself. Whatever is not comfortable to you, you try to clearly see it. Right now, your conditioned mind is taking over. When you see the food, you know that conceptually that it is not good for health, but our taste buds are so conditioned, our sensation is so powerful in the body, your hand is going before your mind thinks about it, your hand is already going. Yes, there also you will give that, okay, all these things, theories are good, but let me enjoy this now. I will look at it later. So,
Okay, sir.
so what is happening there is that my clarity about nutrition, that what is the value in this food, is taste is the value, higher value, or the nutrition is the higher value in the food?
Nutrition is the higher value.
Clear now. But you know that, yes, taste is important, but is a lower value, but nutrition is a higher value. That is the purpose why I am eating what I am eating. The moment you have the clarity, it's not the information. Right now we assumed it information as our clarity. No, when you see that what is my purpose of this action, that why part, then what is my goal? Health is my goal, hence nutrition is fundamental in my food. Then nutritious food can be also tasty. That's my creativity, so the moment you have this clarity, madam, your attention goes to that. Your five senses is seeing the color of the food, taste of the food, and the texture of the food, and so on and so forth. The aroma of the food, the smell, and so on and so forth. But the clarity, we in Indian language we say, Jnana Chakshu. That eye, the inner eye, that needs to be open, that needs to be expanded. That only can expand with the knowledge. In the relationships also same. There is an annoying situation in front of you in the home. But when you have the clarity, what is my role? Now I should create much more problem by shouting, by reacting, or my role is to help the other, why it is, what is the right thing, why it is wrong, and to help him to correct it. So that from tomorrow onwards, that action will not happen. Or from next year onwards, that action will not happen. Now what is happening, madam? We keep on reacting. The same damage, same wrong thing which you don't like is happening. And we concluded that this is like this, that other person is like this. And we always operating from that pre-programmed mind. These are the issues. Even here, that mulya mulak aswadan, we are tasting that food on the basis of taste, on the basis of the value of that what is the value it is adding to my body, or my goal, what is my lakshya. That is important. Right now, in the food, it's easy to see it. Now comes to the interaction with your closest relationships, where you are again and again reacting, where you are feeling some dissatisfaction, or you're not happy with the things the way that it's going on. Are we able to see what is happening, what is you like or dislike, or what is comfortable to you or not, what is convenient to you or not, or are able to see this value as a relationship? What is my role? The feelings are what value in relationship, or the goal, that the mutual happiness is the goal. It's not you win or I lose, or I win, you lose. In relationship, anyone loses, the entire relationship is losing, isn't it? But unfortunately, we miss this reality. So that's the context, madam. So we need to be conscious about it. We need to practice this. What is valuable? What is my role?
And in the family, actually, everyone is not recognizing all these concepts. We are only undergoing this kind of thought process. And when we are saying this, actually, everyone is not appreciating what our thought process is.
Madam, at home, we should not say, we should live. So first at home, the bar is very high, madam, at home. For outside world, if you're a teacher, if for me, I'm able to nicely explain all these concepts to you. And I may not, I'm maybe very articulative, but it will not serve the purpose at home. At home, I need to live. Okay, when I live, then it inspires the people to ask that, can you help me? To reach out for the help. Because they clearly see that whatever you are saying, you are living that. That is very important, madam.
Okay, sir.
Generally, many times when these workshops happen, many teachers say that, sir, I want to take up and teach this concept. Now, especially we are doing that in the AICTs at that. But we always suggest that, look, it is a proposal to you and it's a proposal to your student, both. Please do not assume that you got it till the time you get it in your life. Very important point, madam, is that when you say something, you do something else. In the family, people are choose not to give value much to your words. But if I am saying something, that what I am living, I am demonstrating what it means to live. So, hello, some disturbance. So if I'm demonstrating what does it mean to live, then it is natural that it draws attention of the people. It's not that theoretical, madam. In my life, it worked and it will work. Second thing, I want to always keep one thing in mind. Because of social media, somehow we were, we are really influenced. Our minds are very much conditioned. No life is perfect, madam. No individual is perfect. No relationship is perfect. There are only two kinds of relationship: matured relationships, immature relationships. That's all. Period. Unfortunately, we think that something is going very well, or we assume that only in my family things are like this, or these guys are like that. No, you don't know others' life. And if you really go and spend in anyone's house for 1 month, then you will understand that how lucky you are. I challenge anyone, in this experiment. If at all you consider that you have more challenges in your life, or your partner, your children are more challenging. Not at all. This is somehow some wrong thing has come. Every house, every person, if you see their own issues, but somehow we have this movie kind of imagination in house. If you see in movie, every time they will be in the nice clothes, nice makeup, or nice thing. But at home, you see that, because is it like, every time someone is smiling in a movie or in a show or anything, but it's not like that here. Whatever the scent you apply, within 4 hours the body smells. So we need to come back to our normal senses. We need to see things as they are. Right now we are pre-programmed mind that if he is like this, then I will be happy. Today we will discuss about that. These are the things are really creating the problem. Let's see. Well, I will unpack much further. If there's no immediate question, I will move. If any immediate questions, you can ask.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Divakar. Actually,
Sir,
this proposal, I was able to successfully implement in professional life.
Sir.
Say, but in personal life, I am, as you said, I'm taking it granted or not applying perfectly, and think, okay, there are two different things I can look into it. One is I'm applying in the sense I'm not bothering about what others are. If suppose in a professional thing, I'm not bothering about what people will think about me or whatever, because my happiness is not really on them. I mean, I'm clear in that. Maybe because of that, because if you take it as a family, I'm thinking that my happiness depends on my family members. It is because of this I am able to implement this in professional life and not able to implement in personal life, or I am taking it granted in terms of personal life. There are two different things I want to differentiate. Because perfectly I was able to implement this in professional life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There huge transformation last 2 years, especially
yes,
after
sir.
attending this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for just, I'm introducing Divakar sir. Divakar sir used to work with NIT Warangal. He is a professor there. Now he is working in Tamil Nadu, another one institution. So in 2008, we introduced it in NIT Warangal. It's a very transformational journey from that time onwards. I'm very happy. So Divakar sir is one of the sincere participants who makes it, he applies it every day and thinks about it and come back with the questions. Sir, it's a good question, sir, Divakar sir, but it is very much important to first focus on our goal. That what to do, what is our goal in the family? If we should not come from the past. Generally, the traditional way of reflection is that thinking about the past and reflecting. Now, that may give us a little more pain, but I request you to see what is the emerging future. What is the best emerging future environment in your family you are imagining? The moment you pay attention to that, then what is that is stopping me to work towards that? Generally, sir, today we'll talk about this ego part. there is some subtle, very subtle way, sir. This ego, who am I? And sometimes, the male, I am the male, I am an earning member, or it's me, I know something. Yes, I know about it. There are subtle, identities we take. Sometimes, the way we communicate with that identity passes some kind of under evaluation towards the other person. The moment we pass that under evaluation, that feeling of disrespect through that my message, what happens immediately? The other person says something. When other person says something, immediately my pre-programmed mind will take over, especially the close relationships, because you already have certain image, because your proximity, you live together, and that you already have some image towards them. You are already, you anticipate what is the word will come, and you already programmed that what should you will say. So there are two things that we need to work on ourselves. We need to ask that, if I am triggering that reaction in family, where it is coming from? Am I operating from the broader identity, with the feeling of trust, respect, and that, or somewhere I am missing some or the other feeling? Is the first layer of the answer, sir. The second layer to this, your question, is that we always there is a objective, especially in family. What will happen if they don't do this? What will happen if this, that is there, sir. Always the pain comes from there, that concern comes from there. But if you start paying attention to certain realities, sir, then you can clearly see that human being has a karma swatantra, that anyone who acts, he's acting according to his will and wish. Like how I am also acting like that, you are also acting like that. The moment you recognize that, we don't interfere into the other person's arena. What happens is that when people are very close to us, we tend to little take over their life thing. We tend to influence them. In that influence, we try to determine things what they should do. It's not with any wrong intent. You are very much, intentions are very well, but you enter into the zone which is not without they letting other you enter.
Okay.
That that's from that space some reaction will comes, then the pain, hence the cycle of reaction again. You may not reacting outside, and I know like there are few very soft people ask this question, but there is a reaction inside the heart.
Okay.
Second thing, sir, you see that in a camera, when you operate the camera, sir, if it's too far, the picture won't be visible. If it's too close, also the picture won't be visible. Sometimes you need to have some distance, a certain distance, to see things, how things are happening, why things are happening. So that that distance, the proper distance where you stand, then you look at the issue, then you look at the person, you look at the objective, you look at your responsibility or your role. That is important, sir. Now we need to ask that, am I operating from that space, or if things are going well, I am very much close. If things are not going well, I am maintaining some distance.
Okay.
So am I coming from that space? Also is very important.
Okay.
So since you asked, I will tell some my personal thing. So
okay.
So I got mine is arranged marriage very much. So my wife used to work in a bank. I used to work in Ajahn Premji Foundation that time. So we got married. Then I shifted that. So she stopped doing the work. So the way she brought up is very much as a very different environment. So the way I brought up is again different environment because of my exposure to different teachers, different environments, my choices are different. One thing we like, the difference is that the food, that I am a pure vegetarian, my wife is a pure non-vegetarian.
Okay.
This is one thing is enough to, every day, any choice of food. So I'm little health conscious. My wife is very much taste conscious. So that. But initially, what happens with the love, with the sense of that, however I know all these things, we tend to forget that. Look, when you make the choices for the other, when other is not understanding, other is not making the choice, now you are forcing something to other, it creates more damage to relationship rather than the good. Missing this principle, what I used to do is that I used to make the choices. So generally power comes, who is a decision maker at home. So generally when you teach this kind of courses, when you teach, you have some qualification, you are earning member, you generally consider that you are the decision maker. You never consider that both the parties have the same right to make the decision in the home. What has happened is that because of this thing, after a year, almost after 2 years, there is a friction started in the relationship. The distance between two people are going high. I was surprised. Are you are so good person, or you are doing all things is good, but you are doing all the things for their good. But now why is it happening? But like I'm telling few examples. I will open it up. I become a little vulnerable here. So when there's a birthday, I will bring the very good cake. I'll go to the best bakery shop. I will ask them to prepare it, and I will bring the cake without a cream on it.
Okay.
So now my concern about health is it, and many things like that. I will go to a best shop. I will purchase a very pure cotton dress, something like that. Like you, but my love is there. At the same time, there is an ideal which I'm carrying myself. Unfortunately, I'm not considered. Look, the others' feeling, others' likes and dislikes. I'm operating from rather than what matters to other, what matters to me, or at least the middle path. I'm not aiming that. What happened? It is rather, rather sharing the joy. I'm creating every moment that issue, the strain in the other. It's like in the wall you put the nails. After 2 years, I realized it. Now I removed all the nails, but there is a holes. No, there are so many holes in the walls. Like that, our behavior also creates that kind of impressions, that kind of damage on the feelings of the others.
Okay.
So when I realized it, sir, see that I started paying attention to her likes and dislikes. Stop, for me here, it's not maximum what will happen if any wrong food is a maximum diarrhea will come. So maximum what this that. But now I given more importance to the physical thing rather than this very important the feeling in relationship, and that's why however I say, my wife says always used to say that you teach this to your students, not to me. So now other person is not at all receptive to what I'm saying, what I'm trying to communicate. Now if other person is not at all with you, if other person is not at all listening, then what however the knowledge, however the love you have, what matters to it? Believe me, sir, like after in 2018 especially, I started speaking back and paying attention on myself, but what feeling I'm coming from, what is a priority in my relationship, being right or being giving importance to relationship and communicating that, look, your welfare matters to me, but at the same time I'm respecting your likes and dislikes. When I started behaving like that, believe me, now in my family, it's very like very more rarely it happens. Yes, it's not, I'm not saying that something always everything is gone, but it's very occasionally, rarely any taste based decisions happens. And I never believed that today whatever is happening, it will happen. Because what happened is that in that video, if you saw the videos on the day before yesterday, why others should listen to you, if we start listening to the other, then we know where other is coming from. Then I'm able to, and while respecting where other is, then I'm able to help the other to towards travel to the right direction. If at all it is right, if at all is naturally acceptable to both the parties. But right now, I am not discussing with her at the level of health. My discussion is about my choice or versus your choice. Always there is a position, and my position versus your position. I am not really paying attention to what is our common interest in relationship. That is really helps, sir. So second thing, sir, we also have so much baggage. Last many years we've been practicing something, and we need to pay attention to on ourselves and see that where this reaction is coming from. You need to see that seed where this reaction is coming from.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
thank you for raising this question. It is a part of today's content as well. That's why I elaborated it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hope,
I'll get back to you again.
Yes.
Maybe last before that. Yeah, I have few more things related to this.
Yes. We'll take the last day, the many questions.
Okay.
We'll introduce the concept.
Sure.
So we'll just before we start the content, let's center ourselves. If you can close your eyes or you can open your eyes. Please take 3 deep breaths. Please repeat the exercise if you are comfortable. 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, what is my role with myself, with my body, in my relationships? What is my wish? Do I want to contribute positively or not? If my wish is to contribute positively to myself, towards my body, towards my relationships, with that aim, with that intention, I am verifying these proposals. Ask yourself why you are doing what you are doing. Slowly come back. If any apps are open, if any on a mobile, keep it in silent. So try to pay attention to the proposal. Hope these 3 words are much more meaningful to you now that you are aware about what is happening with you, aware about your words, aware about your thoughts when you are listening to the other, are able to see that what is enabling you to listen towards the other, what is stopping you to listen. How much time you are able to talk in a Sardhak Bhasha, in a way that helps, what to do language. How much time you are not able to use the language which contributes, which adds value. The moment you are practicing that activity 4, now you can clearly see that if you ask that why I am not able to listen fully, why I am not able to talk, Are you able to investigate why? What kind of conditioning is stopping you? Are you able to ask that, am I operating from the feeling which is naturally acceptable to me, or I'm operating from the feeling which is not itself is naturally acceptable to me? How I'm projecting, how I'm evaluating the situation. So that's the background. We are discussing about this entire course. Anything, please consider it as a proposal. Don't believe on its face value, it's true or false. Verify on your own, right? In my life, in my relationship, is it making sense? It's a process of dialogue. Soon this dialogue should start within you and yourself. So that is that if that initiation happened, then every time when you talk to your natural acceptance, then with that reference you are taking the decision. So we started discussing about relationships since last 3 days. We discussed that the goal in relationship is that mutual fulfillment, the ubay sukh, the fulfilling for both. In that context, we discussed about we need the right understanding so that we can ensure the feeling in ourselves. When there is a feeling in ourselves, we can recognize my role in relationship and make efforts to fulfill the relationship. Then I can evaluate, is my efforts are sufficient or I need to do more. Then again, the cycle goes back. You recognize your relationship with the other, you will make more effort and you evaluate. In the cyclic thing, the situation improves and I as a person becoming better. So the beauty, when I attended first time this workshop, the beauty I have seen is that what is the proof that I understood something? Is the proof is that I am living that life and I'm able to help my people, isn't it? As a parent, if I am not able to live that life, then try to facilitate my children. As a teacher, I'm not able to live that life and facilitate this clarity in that. Then should I outsource the issue to my student, or should I evaluate, okay, how far I understood, how far I'm able to contribute, how far I'm not able to contribute, and pay attention on myself and improve my competence. So this one is really moved me, that ownership, that is me who is responsible. If I have the concern, it's like when you cook the food, you put the namak, the salt in the curry. You put it, then you say that yes, it's done. Or what we do? We'll take a spoon, we put it in our hand and taste it. Then you say that, okay, now the salt is high or low. Same way, any feeling you want to recognize and fulfill, then you, without evaluation, how you come to know that the purpose is achieved or not? So right now what is happening is that we evaluate in such a way that the other is the issue. I told 100 times, but other is not listening. Because if other is not listening, then recognize your role. What is my role? To complain or to leave it, or to figure it out in what way I can help the other person. So this axiom is very important, sir. Hope this day by day this axiom is making much sense for you. So we are discussing about feelings. We discussed about trust and gratitude. Today we'll discuss about other feelings. We may not delve so much because it's a level 1 course, but in other second level course, we'll go deeply. So the feeling of trust can be experienced when we have the clarity, assurance on the intent of the other person. It is a foundational in relationship. Second, we discussed that when we understand, when we recognize and appreciate the efforts of the other person towards your survival and development and excellence, then the feeling Now it triggers in you, it comes in you, is the gratitude, is what we discussed. The third, again, very important feeling, which we generally misunderstood, is that feeling of respect. Respect is, I'm not talking about expression of the respect, touching the feet, saying namaste, or shake hand, or hugging. These are the expression of the respect. Now I am asking what is the feeling of respect? What kind of clarity, what kind of principle we need to understood so that that feeling can be ensured in us, and why that feeling is not there in the heart, and why we are now only getting tired of expression without feeling. Let's see. Hope everyone is with me. Please type in the chat box if you are with me. Everyone, just say yes. Thank you. Thank you. So in this online, I am not able to see, so that's why I need to just confirm that. Sir, in respect means right evaluation. When we have the right, when we evaluate rightly the other person, naturally the feeling of respect comes in us. In Hindi we say samman. सम्यक रूपन से मापन करना means ठीक ठीक आकलन करना. You evaluate in a right way. But what is happening? Either we over evaluate things or people, we under evaluate it, sometimes we otherwise evaluate it. You see our children, if they get some good marks, if they got secured some good job, we say that like my son is superb, he is out of the world, on top of the world. And if he failed in the exam, or if some wrong thing happened, you are worth for nothing, nalayak, or you are, and we go some gada and that some other extreme. What happens is that lack of my clarity, sometimes we are over evaluating it, sometimes we are under evaluating it. When we are out of the kind of stability, sometimes we otherwise evaluate it. All the three forms is disrespect, sir. Now, what is happening is that we conditioned to look at ourselves, to look at the other person on the base of body, on the base of material, on the base of money. Hence, we are evaluating. Sir, here this feeling is very, very subtle feeling. The pain comes out, lack of this feeling also very subtle. If this feeling, if you are able to figure it out, believe me, there's so much relief in the heart, and also so much relief in the environment where you are working, in the family or outside. Unfortunately, we conditioned in such a way while we brought up or that, the way we look at ourselves is not like I look at myself as a human. I look with my credentials. I look at myself with my post. I look at myself with my gender. This narrow identity gives this pain. Because the way I look at myself is naturally I look at the other person like that. If I look at myself as my gender, now other person is, what gender? Is the same gender, different gender? And if I identify myself with my body, then the body parts of the other person also, you tend to look at that. If I identify with my caste, you see that the other caste is same caste or upper caste or lower caste. Or the post, if I look at myself with my post, if other person is the same post, is a higher post or lower post. That happening, lack of our right understanding. Let's see on how many bases we are over evaluating other person or under evaluating the other person. First, on the basis of body, that age, elders need to be respected. This is what we celebrated. Is it all the people should be respected, or only elders need to be respected? What is naturally acceptable to you? Can anyone can respond?
Everyone needs to be respected, sir.
Is that it is what naturally acceptable to you? But that's what we celebrated? That's what we written on the walls of that? No, sir. Children needs to be loved. Don't they need respect? That's why no child wants to be child or no other younger person. You see that if anyone elder to you, they treat you in a certain way because you are younger to them, how we feel? We feel very, the discomfort will be there. But it's okay for me to behave, who is younger, who is children in certain way. The differentiation based on the age, gender, because someone is earning something or because someone is doing some work, someone is high or someone is low. Race, caste, you name it, especially we have this big thing now. And physical strength and physical appearance. And so much on the physical, then building the body on that, rather than health, rather than character, the humanness. Here the gross misunderstanding, if you see that I am body, human being is body. But the reality, what we've been discussing is that there is a self and body, both has a different need. The feelings are in self, the need of the self. Like how myself has the feeling, in that child, that other human being has also self and has a feeling. The moment we don't recognize this, we see ourselves with a narrow identity. The below human, any identity is a narrow identity, sir. And it is giving pain to myself, and we give pain to others with our behavior. The second differentiation, you can see that with the material, the physical facilities, the comfort, the power, the post. Higher the post, higher the respect. They're all the fighting for the post. What the post means really is the higher the post means higher the responsibility, isn't it? When I have the higher responsibility, should I be more responsible or I should be more irresponsible and demand the respect for my chair? And lack of this clarity, now because I am the higher post, I am entitled to behave in certain way, treat the other person a certain way. So that's why now respect is the post. When you are not in that post, then so you know that how we is that expression or that feeling towards the human, that how much you are contributing for that. Lack of this clarity, keep on demanding the respect and getting tied in demanding that respect from outside, rather than being that person where you command the respect because of who you are. So lack of, again, that less narrow identity, hence my seat with my pocket and my post, my chair. Again, the misunderstanding is that if I have higher post, higher money, or higher the power, hence I can be happy. Rather than I have the higher knowledge, hence the higher contribution. Somehow it is a deeply, it has come in through the education system. And no one wants to take responsibility. Everyone wants the post. Another differentiation you can see, especially in academic circles, are this. You can see in other traditional circles. The ism, my ism is a bigger ism than your ism. So mostly religious, you can see that. And one is a superior, one is inferior. Hence differentiating the other person based on that. And my sect, my sampradaya, and based on differentiating on that. The third one, the suchana, the information that I know more than you, thanks to Google. Now everyone has the access to that information. if you know more, you should be more responsible or more irresponsible. You see this entire thing, all the parameters, somewhere we identified ourselves, isn't it? And the way I look at myself is one of the other thing. Hence, the other person, anything challenges to that, and we become uncomfortable. It's very difficult for us, even for our own family. Let's see that our conversation with our own kids, is it coming from that, as a human, that humility of that as a two human beings, that I have more clarity, better understanding because of my exposure, the guidance I got in my life. Now the new person, new being has also human, but he, provided he has a new exposure and the developing that faculty, he will be much better than me, isn't it? If you see that, if any person in the organizations, when we see that, what we are looking at in another person, is it based on these things or based on what is that common, what is, why we are, at what level we are equal in reality? If you see that, in day one we've been asking that why we are doing what we are doing. All the people, almost 30 people from 17 states, if people are easily able to see that my basic aspiration is to live happy, anything I'm doing for that, hence the other person also, isn't it? If you realize this reality, then you can clearly see that the other is similar to me, dusra mere jaisa hai. This is the minimum content of respect. The feeling comes in us the moment you see other is similar to me. As a human, I am looking at myself as a human, and I am able to look at the other person as a human. And the potential that everyone has this faculty in their self. The ichcha, vichar, asha, the desire, thought, and the choice, ability to choose something. So tomorrow I will unpack it more about when we talk about self. Everyone has this. This is what we call potential. But provided the exposure they got in their life, the guidance they got their life, the opportunities they got, you developed your competence and you become someone today in your life, and he becomes someone in his life. The difference is at the level of competence, not at the level of potential. Everyone has as a person is that. Hence, other is similar to me. And the need for that, for me to live happily, I need to understand the harmony in all the levels, and he also needs to understand. Depending on his present understanding, he is behaving like that, or she is like this. Can we see that the other is similar to me? So the argument is that the moment you try to see this reality in ourselves, in the other, you can clearly see that the other is similar to me. But where is the difference? Yes, there is a difference from one person and another person, one human being to another human being. That is the competence, that the understanding, the ability to do something. That is the difference. For me and my subordinate, for me and my colleague, for me and my boss, or for me someone. The moment I recognize this, that naturally I see my complementarity with the other person. That if I have the more clarity, I will be committed to understand from the other. Sorry, I will committed to understand. If other has the more clarity, I will commit to understand from the other. If I have more understanding, I will take responsibility without disturbing by the other person, because I clearly see that the other person is coming from this space. This is how his assumptions are. Like how we assure about others' intent, we naturally feel related to the other. When you see other is similar to me, naturally you see that how we are complementary to each other. Yes, I know about something, he knows about something. Hence, we are complementary. But unfortunately, what is happening is that when you differentiate, because taking these differences, we say taratamya, then what happens is that you always, there is an insecurity. You are always, you are seeing that this versus that. It's that we are seeing the complementary, the purakata. Even at home, you see so many this wife and husband jokes. It's coming from this space that always it's you versus me. The other day I asked, the opposite words. That conditioning is coming from this space. And see that right now what is the incident is happening, either that rape or anything, is just look at it. Now, are we seeing the relationship? Sorry, from my side there's some disturbance. So, are we seeing a relationship is between self and self, or the relationship is between body and body? So just look at this slide once, everyone, and ask yourself, am I operating from right side? Am I operating from left side? In my family, let us first apply in our closest relationships, then we'll go to professional life. At home, every time is the showing that I am better than you or you are better than me, or every time we able to recognize our complementarity. Is every time is that that accentuating that differences and showing that I am superior, you are inferior, or that. What is happening? How is our conversations? We say, sir, you know that when we went to that dam, all the gates were open. No, there are four. Generally we say, that if a friend says that, sir, we visited the place, 4 gates are open. And immediately what we will say, sir, last year we went, all the gates were open. You see these conversations, small conversations. So any questions on this proposal or any clarifications you require, I would like to take. Any disagreements? If anything in the chat, someone can help me, because I couldn't see that chat box now. Questions, clarifications, doubts?
Sir, what do you mean by program, Mr. Ashish Upadhyay?
Program is that, sir, the requirement to understand. Hence, what I need to do. Now, why we say that education is the right to every individual? Because that's how human beings are designed. That's how, what's the need for a human being? We need to understand about oneself, about relationships around, about the society and nature. Hence, it's a requirement for me, it's a requirement for other person as well, isn't it? But when you recognize that this is a need of the human being, lack of fulfillment of this need, this whatever the issues is happening, lack of that clarity, the other person is behaving the way he's behaving. So that's the program, sir. Understanding all the levels, myself, relationships, at that. The need for that understanding. It is there for other person, it's there for me also.
Excuse me, when we are talking of gratitude and trust, those are the things that we have to give. But respect is generally a feeling which you are seeking from others. So how to then make them connected? Because something you have to do, you can understand, you can try doing it. But something you are seeking, it's a very, I am not able to.
That's how we, no, madam, that is the problem, madam. That's how we conditioned that, you know, when you look for others, when you have it, when you don't have it, something. Madam, when you look for that others should give something, when you have it, when you have it, when you don't have it.
When you don't have it.
Lack of my understanding, I don't have this feeling in me. That's why I keep on searching this feeling from outside.
Okay, got it.
And see that how many things are happening for this. And also what is coming from outside, can you ensure its continuity?
When I am talking.
No, you can't. I got your point now. Got it.
So here we're talking that what kind of your understanding helps you to have this feeling first. If you have this feeling, with that feeling you are behaving, with that feeling you are expressing to other, irrespective of other who is other person, what he is doing. As a result, sir, you know, this is a very powerful thing. When you understand the respect, I clearly see on the other person as based on self, as a human, and I see myself as a human. If I don't see myself as a human, it's very difficult to see other person as a human. That's why if I'm disrespecting the other with my behavior, with my feeling inside, it means that I already disrespecting my side with this narrow identity. This is what we call the subtle pain, the sukshma pida. Everyone, if at all you do that, you are suffering with this. So if you see that, here it doesn't mean that the expression is same. For example, the way I talk to my superior is different from the way I talk to my maid. The content of the is different, but the feeling towards the other person, that there is no change. But right now, the feeling also is missing at it. That's why we over-evaluate someone, we under-evaluate someone. Hence our actions, hence our reactions. So if you see this reality, sir, I'm telling, if these three feelings, feeling of trust, feeling of respect, feeling of gratitude, if these three things are in us, naturally you respond in things, you respond and you interact in such a way with the other person, is that you help the other person, you respond in that situation, you will be in the solution side irrespective of others' action. You will clear that other will behave in a with uncertain conduct, with irresponsible manner. In spite of that, your behavior comes from your clarity. This is what we call perseverance mean. So the dhirata, we call that. I am living with my clarity. It's not that however other person triggers, however other person behaves. With that, first I need to have this feeling inside me. And I'm able to clearly see where is the issue. I need to be able to evaluate the competence of the other person. So this is the that. So I request all of you, you just evaluate that. On what basis you are giving respect to other person? Is it based on their body or the material or the self? Observe that. Are you evaluating yourself based on your all these parameters, your age, your qualification, your degrees, or your post, or your earning or money, or so on and so forth? Or you are evaluating yourself in a right way as a human, and hence you are able to see the other person as at human level and see that what is the competence issue or what is the issue complementary at the competence level. What is naturally acceptable to you? Ask yourself to relate and to see the complementarity or to differentiate. So the ego is this, sir. The ego is that over-evaluating ourselves is ego. Under-evaluating ourselves is that ourself is with the inferiority or the depression, whatever that negativeness. What is happening is that you just look at it, any issue, if it is not sorting it out, see that what is the ego. What is this one parameter is very much dominated rather than your identity as a human. Where that space you are operating from, is it very narrow space or that space is wider so that you accommodate the what is inability of the right inability of the other person to do the right action. Just reflect on yourself. What is my identity? How I am looking at myself as a human or all these narrow identities? Hence, naturally, I treat the other person with that identity. I'm telling that, sir, we are giving pain to ourselves while behaving that. Any questions? Any clarifications? Any doubts?
Morning, sir. Good morning.
Sir.
Good morning.
Sir, good morning.
Sir, what I, from listening to the class today, what I understand, differentiation is innate. It's a innate feeling because it is connected with the respect, and even if the respect we give based on the body or be it based on the mind, differentiation of, we prefer give respect based on the mind, not on the body. That's what that is more naturally acceptable to all the people. But God has taught us that you are different, and the life has taught us you are different. So differentiation become a more of a we cannot deny it, and it is as simple as it is complex. So moving along with the simple part or the simplest part of differentiation. See, problem is that, see, I have a dark skin. I have dark skin, and the problem start when you say you are, I am dark. The problem start that it pushed me to naturally not acceptable. Why that problem? Like, if you, I repeat that now God has taught us that every person is unique. So we are different. Soul differentiation. This is a natural, that's a natural lesson. I think, people will not deny. It's not my creation. It's a God's creation that every individual is unique. So we are all different, and differentiation made by God.
Sir, I want to, okay. Are you done with the question?
Again, life. In life also teaching us differentiation, because you are professor, I am assistant professor, and you are fixed for a definite amount of salary, and I benefit. I am given a different benefit. Life also we are differentiated. So I think we need to naturally accept this differentiation.
Let me ask you, sir. Let's go step by step. It's very important for everyone to listen this. Let's go step by step. when we are saying certain statements, we are concluding certain things. Things are different. Okay. That my physical shape is different from the other person's physical appearance, and so on and so forth. And in the nature, there are many unique things. It doesn't mean that it is unique, you differentiate. It means in nature, entire thing is that unique things are complementary to each other. If you see the principle in the nature, it is not differentiation, it is a complementary. Okay. Anything you see, anything you bring in the nature, anything, it is complementing. It is participating in the larger order. It is not differentiating, and it is not excluding something. It is inclusive. Anything is that. Lack of our understanding. It's not that by nature. It's lack of our understanding, our conditioning mind. Now we are becoming exclusive. Sir, assistant professor, depending on their competence, their responsibility, the amount of work they're supposed to do to fulfill their responsibility, that particular salary is whatever that. In any society, sir, you first, always you take this as a proposal, examine this. You cannot equate any physical resources to any society in any time. No equal money to everyone. No, that never happens. But in any society, equal respect to everyone, human, man, and that work, this work, equal respect is very much possible. Okay. Now, you see that any profession which is disappearing right now is not lack of money. It is lack of respect, lack of its due credit in the society. Lack of that, it is missing. You see any traditionally. So here it is not differentiating, sir. Different, we are different. It is not entitled you to differentiate on basis of it is different. Salt is different from the sour, from other taste, all are different. But when it comes to together, something emerges. I am different, you are different, someone else is different. But when we see our complementariness, or we say purakata, for the participating in the larger order, then we see that complementariness. It is not you versus me. It is not black versus white. It is not day versus night. It is not male versus female. Male, female is a complementary to each other. They're different. That is not entitling you to differentiate. It is very, very important to understand things at the level of, now what is the minimum common denominator where the entire argument is building. At the level of self, are you seeing this similarity between any person at the level of purpose, at the level of the basic potential one is endowed with, and at the need for understanding? Are you seeing any difference between any human beings, irrespective of where he is coming from, she is coming from?
I believe in complementariness. I believe in that. That is the fundamental of my existence. But now my thing is that either I have to blame God, or I have to blame the way, why God created us different? Why God created us unique? So either I have to blame God, or see, the problem is that what I advocate is that I believe is that accept differentiation, and don't punish the people based on differentiation.
Now think about it, sir.
Don't punish me because I am black.
No, don't conclude it. Please think about it. Consider it as a proposal. Think about it, and we'll come back to it. So before I close, so I think it's 8:03. So sorry, I cannot go. I think people are dropping it out. I need 5 minutes to close one important point. I request, can you please stay for 3 to 4 minutes? I want to conclude it so that you can think about it. The another thing which I'm referring is that affection. It's affection is snehbhav, feeling of being related to the other. Acceptance of the other person as one's relative. The other is like me. The acceptance, the person as other he is. That is very important, sir. So just think about it. If you see in the nature, if you see any scenery, how we feel very good. We feel very happy. We feel nice. We feel inside. You see any rainbow or any beauty in the nature, whether it's a river flow or a rainbow or a forest scenery or that. But when we're looking at it, are we thinking that this rainbow is not exactly in the right angle? It should be a 17 degrees little more angular. Then it's nice. This crooked branch is little, come out. It needs to be sharpened. It needs to be disciplined. Or this color of the leaves are very much light yellow, light green. It needs to be more darkish green. The moment you think that, you cannot see that the beauty. Our mind is naturally wired in such a way that when there is a beauty, when you see things as they are, you see how nice it is. But unfortunately, when it comes to people, we are not able to see like that. We are not able to, we fall into trap of if and then. If you are like this, then I will be happy. Okay. If you do so and so, then I will accept you. Just think about it. Are you accepting things as they are, or have you fallen in this if and then trap? See, this trap is never you can come out. Yes, if you see that if my husband listens to this, if my husband purchases some house, then it will go good. Then you purchase that, then something else will come. If my son listens to me in this part, it would be good. And tomorrow something else new comes. Again, if in this if and then trap, we are not able to see the beauty in our relationships in that other person. You are not able to accept the other person with his background and with shortcomings. Think about it. Acceptance in relationship is it there in your life or not? Are you accepting the other person as he is or she is, or you are trapped into if and then? Think that how much torturous it is if other person also having the same expectation from you, that if you become like this, then only I accept you. So I request you to think about it. So however you pull the other finger, it's very difficult. Can I appreciate that this is how things are and help, and hence his will, seeing him as he is, and then thinking about what it means, my complementariness in that relationship. It's a proposal. Think about it. Tomorrow I will elaborate further. Today we have taken more time in question and answers. So I will take a couple of questions. If anyone has to leave, feel free to leave. From tomorrow onwards, I'll try to close it by 8. So any questions?
Shiva?
Ha.
Hello.
Ji.
So, yes. So I was just like, when you proposed like this thing about respect, so I actually, it's a kind of now in my head is contradictory for myself, because I till now believed, or maybe assumed maybe, that I was trying and making efforts to see every other person or the other as a fellow human being. But now I see in my action, then I see that no, I mean no, because it is not complementing it. Somewhere I am also stuck in identities, which I was assuming ki, oh, I was like taking the other person as human being. But you pointed this thing, then it's a very stark realization that I am not considering myself as a human being. So like what I'm considering myself till now, because I was just, maybe it's only words I was trying to tell me, again and again, ki okay, I value myself as a human being, and so does every person is valuable on its own. But maybe I was not feeling it. Yesterday you said this thing about gratitude also. It's not only about saying it, thank you, and I'm feeling grateful, but the feel of it. So are you also proposing that the feel of it will only come once we will, practice it as much as possible and make it a, it means, reframing pattern of our own self, and that need to be happen again and again, day to day basis, moment by moment.
The clarity level. At the
So,
clarity level, you start seeing yourself as a human. Naturally, you are able to see that. Right now, see that. Just you, as an experiment you do today, when you look at the other person, what is that first you are looking at it? Just see as their gender or their post or their age. What is it coming at? Hence, how you are looking at yourself. This,
oh yes.
in a split second, this process happens. Now, the moment you start working on yourself, that you start changing your own identity, that I am as a human, then naturally you see other person as a human. You see that right now the major conflict, right now the whatever the, that what is the news in that. Now, why the female body parts are so important? It's why that my eye is going on. Unfortunately, that's no one worked on my identity. Okay.
Yes.
No one has helped me to first to look at myself as a human. Because the way I conditioned is that myself as a male. Hence, I entitled something. The way I naturally. This is how the design is. That's how mind works. The moment you think about your post, I am big. Naturally, you think other is small or other is less. Hence, I entitled to say something, entitled to do something. So this is very easy to analyze outside society, but let's come to our own relationships. Now, how well we are really able to look at ourselves. I'm asking really, let's see that a parent relationship. As a parent, where my ahankar, my ego is coming from, is my age or my experience. If I have my age is big enough, with my age I should also my wisdom should grow, na? If that is the parameter. But how much time you are looking at yourself with your age or your experience, and you are behaving irresponsibly with the other person and hurting the other feelings and taking that enlightenment, that entitlement. Because you are an earning member, so you are entitled to say something or do something. So it's like I've told that my one thing is that me and my wife just sat together and asked, we just noted how many activities are there to run a home, to run the house. Especially in this lockdown, this made that. And now the kind of activities my wife is doing to compare to what I am doing, if I start calculating money to it, my salary is not enough. Now, if I feel superior because I'm earning money, if someone is inferior because someone is not earning money, hence my wife also started perceiving that look, this work is not that important, and only some work which earns the money, that is only important. Now then, yes, that is important, but who will take care of this work? If you see that now, rather than now at home, who should cook? Like all these things is that something is over-evaluated, something is under-evaluated. If you're respecting, if you see that how many things are complementing for me to come and do outside work, if the moment I see myself as a human, see that as a family, what is our purpose, and naturally this complementarity goes, our attention to complementarity. Right now, this narrow identity is forcing to differentiate, to manipulate, to escalate these differences, that I am big, you are less, and so on and so forth.
Yes. I I mean, when you asked like how I am seeing the other person, means I just realized that it's only from the past experience I am seeing the other person, and so does I am looking at myself like that. You know that what was my past, what was my pains, and I see identify myself through my past experiences. And hence, when you said that, when in this movie thing we portray a relationship or a romantic relationship or a family setup, we just, I don't know, get swayed away mere by sensation, and but the reality is very different. As you said, it made me laugh also when you said, we smell most of the time how whatever kind of perfume we use. I guess same goes with that, means this situation also. I mean, I'm making sense to whatever you're saying. So yeah, I'm just putting it forward to you, I mean, maybe for right evaluation in my own head itself. Yes.
No, no. Let contemplate on this. Don't accept on face value. Contemplate on it. What does it mean in my life? Then you can clearly see that.
Yes. I mean, the acceptance is that yes, I'm not respecting actually myself. That is the acceptance, because I need to acknowledge something, recognize that I'm not doing something, so that I can really move towards that what I can do or what I appreciate, as we are proposing, like what is our, what to say, this naturally acceptance. So, yeah, I mean, thank you.
Sir, Arvind sir, if he is there, so he has asked how to make the concept covered today is going to help understand the other's frame of mind and thought process. Powerful tool to dissect this and evolve a positive path. If he is available, then you may reply. How will this concept knowledge rewire our thought process?
So,
If sir is there, then you can
sir,
reply.
that would be good. Arvind sir, can you ask your question again?
Okay. What I was trying to ask is, will just this knowledge? Okay, we have to. I have to iteratively reflect on this again and again uh, to kind of. Yeah, it is making a lot of sense. I wish I'd gone through this before the lockdown started, because the lockdown and the stress which it caused in the context of my son's NEET preparation and the anxiety, it really cooked the whole family. We were kind of boiled alive. So okay, so thing is, will it automatically result in my behavior changes, my approaching conflict, my approaching my moods, other people's mood, or I mean, what is the conscious path I have to take? Like, it's like look, as a programmer, you are meant to think like, okay, if this, then this, else this, that kind of thinking. So how do you rewire your thought process? Will it automatically happen, or do I have to prepare a kind of checklist or a guideline and kind of see it periodically and see whether I have behaved in this in the past one day or week, when I reflect and say, okay, have I felt angry and have I responded appropriately, or have I reacted badly? How does it happen?
Consciously, we need to work on ourselves, sir. Consciously, we need to work on. We need to catch ourselves. If at all I am reacting, if at all I am differentiating on based on these things, if that feeling of respect is missing when my interaction with my closest people, that sense of ego, the sense of the identity is not, I'm not operating from that larger identity. I need to ask myself from which space I'm coming from. That introspection and awareness, these are the two tools, is important, sir. How well you introspect, how well you reflect on things, that build your awareness muscle slowly. To start with, we reflect after the action. You may do the mistake and immediately you're reflecting. Slowly, while doing the action itself, you start aware of what is happening with you. So that's a journey, sir. It's a beautiful journey, and every time we come out of our own conditionings and we become a better thing. But don't expect that things will outside will change dramatically. No, things inside you changes. The outside, the problem may be the same. Your someone, your parents, your wife, your son may be saying the same thing, so doing the same thing. But the way you interpret things, the way you respond to things, you choose to give value to certain words, not to give value to that. That helps you to be part of the response. Then it naturally it transforms the other person. But at least, irrespective of the outside situation, you are calm. Right now, the boiling is inside me, na sir. Every small thing is triggering me. So that will come down. So one thing, sir, like I think this requires certain kind of continuous help. So someone asked me
Feedback
that.
loop.
So there is a saying, there is a one couplet in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and the meaning of it is that if you see that importance of any action, if say that it matters to me in my life to become better, so you need to do continuously. Okay, long time. Satu dirgha kala, nainantarya. There should not be any break in that. Satkara sevito dridabhumihi means that you need to what we say, believe that yes, this is the right thing and it works. With that faith, you keep on practicing. And that if we do this, if you spend enough time on introspection and the awareness, if these two faculties we are aware of, working on, then that mastery on my own words, mastery on my own thoughts, it will be there. So then that
So you also answered my next question is, will it be sustainable? Yeah, so fine.
Yes, sir. It's like that you are doing the brush every day morning, irrespective of whether paste is available. You are figuring it out. Paste is not available or something is not available. At least you are you want to, if you are cleaning my mouth is important for my life. The moment how much value you give to that is coming from how much clarity you have, its importance, how much importance you are giving to it. Then you are figuring it out innovatively or anyway. Same thing. First we need to understand this. So generally in the second level workshop, the entire these things are in second level workshop, we'll explore this further. The truth, love, compassion. The entire striving is for these two. When I see this is the right thing, this is the how the reality is, this is the principle, this is how things are happening, then out of the clarity about that principle, that reality, then naturally the feeling in you come towards that. Out of that feeling, you are acting in a compassionate way, irrespective of how other person is behaving. So generally we do it in TSTR part 2, but just since you raised it, I'm saying that compassionate action, if that is, I'm not able to do that in my family, if I'm not able to respond irrespective of their behavior, now I need to ask myself, do I have the feeling of relationship? If that is missing, why? Have I really understood my relationship? So that introspection, that questioning, it helps you to work on yourself. Hence, sustainability and the consistency will come.
Okay, sir.
Ashish Upadhyay sir, if he is there, then can you please explain otherwise evaluation?
Sir,
you can ask.
No, I'll tell Ashish sir that the otherwise evaluation is that you don't consider other person as a human. To gada, ghoda, whatever that. We cannot first. We over evaluate, under evaluate. So the otherwise evaluate is that you cannot consider it as a human. All extremes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Siva.
Shivagaru, I have a question.
Sir, please.
Ishwar, yeah. So mostly the place where I struggle is like, let's say there is a person who has come up to me and say that he has mood swings, or let's say they shared a one of their problems with me because it makes them feel light. Or there are instances where the other person believes you and shares certain things. Like mostly my difficulty is what to do then? Like mostly, we don't want to make it awkward for them, or we don't want to trouble them by giving our gyan, or that's the space we sometimes at times we make relations a little tussle. So I just want to hear from you, like when somebody is saying something, or like how do you basically respond, like, or do you keep calm, or what do you need to do?
No, sir, we need to ask that what is their readiness. Also, we need to gauge it, number one. Number two, what is their priority? To get rid of this pain or to work on themselves so that they will not face this problem again in their life. Depending on their readiness, you can choose what kind of help you can provide in that relationship. If other is first not in a position to work on themselves, to think about what is the right thing to do, and that you should not give any gnan. So if other is ready to it, if other is ready to listen and think about what is the right thing to do, then you can talk about other things. If other is coming out of the pain, just listening to the other, just that empathetic listening, that able to understand where other is coming from, why they're feeling what they're feeling, and communicate that yes, it matters to me, your relationship, and I'm there for you. That communication comes from out of listening, deep listening. That itself is enough. If they are expecting that much, I think it depends on, you have to evaluate that what is the need of the other person, and what kind of relationship you share. That also matters. If you share that kind of relationship, then it doesn't make any sense to live like that. You may want to intervene at the thing, but always it is important, sir. I think Pradeep sir will touch it again. I will introduce this. The relationships which are equivalent, wife, friends, sisters, siblings, colleagues, they are the very equivalent relationships. You should not enter into the space until unless they invite you. Till that time, the assurance needs to be there that I am with you. But your students, the younger people who with you, like who look up to you, there you can feel free to provide the suggestion by gauging the situation. Elders, who elders means that like teachers, parents. Now you brought up by them, their image of you is that child only, that thing only. What they see, that they have seen all your downs, ups, and their how you grown up from that. There, when you start going there to correct them, it's a disaster. It creates further problems. Until unless they consider it, yes, you are worthy of listening and your suggestion will make sense, and they are seeking out that. So I think one needs to gauge that, sir. One needs to see that. But at the feeling level, it won't change. At the feeling level, what is your feeling towards the other person in all these feelings? The expression changes from person to person depending on their situation and your ability to deal or help. Is it clear, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, Shiva. It's clear. Thank you.
But focus should be on ourselves rather than the other. Focus should be that feeling, that how much feeling we are coming from, that much openness, that much space we can provide, especially at home.
And also one more thing, Shivagaru. So mostly what happens these days is, with all the information that we have received from this course, and it has given us some insights, and we tend to put them in practice. And once we start practicing, what happens is, when there is something that's happening, which is like against the information that we have learned. It creates some opposition within us, but we don't react to it. But what happens, it immediately affects your mood, and your mindfulness, you lose your mindfulness, and slowly, that without you knowing it, this mood changes and it creeps into you. And it makes you feel in certain way that it makes you feel guilt, like it makes you feel bad, like that is something which we need. Yeah, I was just struggling with that.
If you don't know what is the right thing to do, it's what people say, ignorance is bliss. So actually that only half statement is people understood. The full statement is that ignorance is bliss till the time you hit your ground, you hit your head to the ground. It is like when you fall from some place, the time in between very nice, in the air, it will be very bliss. Now when we are in that state, that before I don't know what is the right thing, what is the right feeling, or what is my responsibility, that time we used to react, but it's okay for us to do that. But when you are conscious about what is the right thing, when you are exposed to certain ideas, the pain will become little high. Okay, then slowly when you work on yourself, you start figuring it out how to work on yourself. So how much you work on yourself, sir Ishwarji, how much you see that I am letting that word, that action disturb me. The moment you recognize this reality, then you this pain or this stopping complaining comes down, and that responsibility will goes up. Right now, somewhere we are believing that other is reason for my pain. Because of other, I'm getting disturbed. Till the time we are in that zone, it's very difficult to come out. The moment you recognize that, yes, other is saying something, other is doing something, which I may be operating from what I like, what I don't like, what is good for me or not good for me. If I recognize this, what is the feeling I have towards the other person? Then naturally you will see that.
Got it. Thank you.
So in short, are you saying that our prejudice and biases will get removed, and our intuition will give us the right path? Will it automatically happen?
I don't say intuition. Say that what is naturally acceptable to you. You are operating from what you value naturally. Feeling of relationship, or feeling of, for example, if it comes to body health, that what is what is the right thing for you. If you are operating from that space, naturally your decisions come. You figure it out. Because you listen from content this workshop, you start believing that, it becomes another conditioning. Right now you exposed to another 100 ideas. That is one kind of conditioning. This is a 101 conditioning. That's why we always say that you try to apply in your life, check what does it mean. Out of that experience, you conclude what is right for you. So then whatever I am giving is just proposal to you. What you concluded, that is right for you. So that is very important, sir. So that's why I request everyone to examine your own life, apply in your own life, reflect on it. That's why don't believe any proposal on its face value, and don't reject it as a face value. It's coming from that space.
Okay, and the feedback which people give with our near and dear or whoever we interact, that should also help, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Feedback, if my focus is on myself, feedback is always helpful. If it is helping you to become better, take it. If it is not, it is a comment or is that, you don't take it. That's it.
Okay.
Good, sir. It's 8:32, so we need to stop here. So we will try at least last 3 days. We will have the discussion sessions little longer, at least after the class. That we'll try. Thank you very much, sir. So please do the homework. That Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva garu.
Sir,
What about the evening poll?
Yes, I need to take this poll. So what is your, like, let me gauge it here. What is your comfortness if I start 6 to 7 evening discussion sessions, like the question and answer session? How much, many people is comfortable? How many people is?
7, what about post,
Seven.
say lunch, I mean post dinner, say 8:30 to 9:30 or 9 to 10 would be much better, because because of the shopping time closure, no, 8 o'clock the shops close, so all the shopping has to be done before that.
Okay. So can you prefer some time here in the chat box? What would be at least these people, if you people are interested, what is the time, so that I can broadly gauge what is it?
Okay, 8:30 to how much what time are you budgeting? Like 1 hour?
1 hour, 1 hour, only 1 hour.
1 hour. So 8:30 to 9:30 should be fine, or 9 to 10, whichever. Anything after 8 should be fine. My point of view.
Yeah, even I'm okay with 8 to 9 window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So let me do that. I think tomorrow is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days we will do the evening session, 1 hour. So that will be helpful.
Okay, and the second is a holiday, so probably we can take more time if
Yes. Actually, we are stretching that. So I will do that.
Okay.
So I also need to go to office. So back 9 o'clock starts my office. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.